Hello, and welcome to this special episode of Rocket Fuel called Takeoff into DeFi. This is episode 1, and today's featured protocol will be Gravita. Takeoff into DeFi is a new series of videos that will be presented by Rocket Fuel, by myself. In this series of videos, we'll talk about different protocols that are incorporating Rocket Pool, either the RETH or the RPL tokens, and give you some ability to interact with those tokens in the DeFi landscape. Today's episode number 1 is about Gravita. Of course, most of you already know that Gravita is a protocol that is heavily intertwined with the Rocket Pool community and the Rocket Pool community members. It launched a few weeks ago, and since then, it's been a small hit in the Rocket Pool community. Now let's have a look at what Gravita actually is. So over here we can see that it says, unlock your potential, maximize the value of your liquid staking tokens by borrowing against them interest-free. So now what does this mean? This means that you get a 0% interest-free rate, so it's interest-free borrowing. The fee of 0.5% is for positions longer than 6 months, and that is like an admin fee. If you take a shorter term position, you pay less. So I think if it's less than a week, you pay nothing. And then it says you can have productive collateral, unlock the potential stored in your liquid staking tokens, borrow against them, and maximize their productivity, all while earning these underlying staking rewards. And of course, there's decentralization, like you use a liquid staking token to promote decentralization when it comes to staking. So on the homepage here, there's some information about how it works. It says you borrow Grai, you deploy Grai, you repay Grai, and you get your crypto back. So we'll be talking about all of these things as we're going through the process of how we actually do it. Over here, you can see that we have the different vessels, the different tokens that they feature. So they have wrapped ETH, they have Rocket Pool's RETH, they have Lido's wrapped STETH, and they have BLUSD, which is the liquidity chicken bonds, with more coming soon. And then they've got information about their audits and security, and you can join their mailing lists, etc. And they've got blog posts. So let's jump into it. And as we're doing it, I can kind of explain what is happening and what you'll be able to do here. So let's launch the app and see what happens. So there's a button right in the middle at the top. You launch the app, and then it takes you to tells you what's going on the back end. Here you've got some options left. There's home, there's borrow, there's pool, and there's docs. So you can read all about what Gravita is doing and how it's all working. And the first thing you need to do is connect to your wallet. So I've connected on my wallet before through MetaMask right here. So it's brought it up. There's my wallet address, and this is all the crypto that I have in that wallet address. So the only asset that I have right here is the RETH that you can use to open a vessel. So let's do that first. Okay, so we're on the home page. It says that my portfolio value is 0. I have no debt, no collateral, no pool, no stake, no claimable. So what I am going to do is go to the vessels. Here it says open a new vessel. So we're going to click on that. Now let's have a look at the different vessels that they have. They have WETH, that's the wrapped ETH vessel, so you're not earning anything on the underlying asset there. And with the RETH and the WSTETH, with both of these, you are earning yield on the underlying asset. Here you have something called max LTV. That's the loan to value ratio that you get. So the higher that number is, the more likely you are potentially to get liquidated. So you've got to be really careful about that. Then they have a one-time fee, which is the admin fee that we talked about. They have the minimum debt that you can receive, and how much of that has already been used, and the mint cap, how much is available to borrow from Gravita. So let's have a look over here. We're going to use the RETH, so I'm just going to click on RETH. Well, actually, let me move my camera to the other side so you can all see what I'm looking at. Right, okay. So here we have the RETH, which is what I'm going to click on. And I am going to say that I want to deposit the max collateral, which is 2.6. Actually, maybe I'll just go for a little bit less than that. 2.5 RETH is what I want to do. And then we can see how much I can get for that. So the total value of 2.5 RETH right now is 5,037 USD. For that, I want to get the minimum amount, which is 2,000. Right, let me just actually type that in. 2,000 Grai, which is the minimum amount that you can mint. So there is a limit on that, right? So the loan to value ratio that I'm using here is 43.87%, which is very healthy. It gives me a whole bunch of information about what's going on over here when I'm opening the vessel. So it says, how much I'm putting in, $5,037, how much I'm receiving, $2,000. Liquidity reserve means this amount of Grai is reserved in case of liquidation to ensure protocol stability. So they'll put that aside, basically. Then the borrowing fee is 10 Grai. It says a one-time 0.5% upfront fee is charged for loans longer than 6 months. Short-term borrowers get incentives through a partial refund mechanism. So if I give that money back, if I repay my loan in under 6 months, then I'll get some of that money back. So here it says how much refund will I get. So it can be anywhere between 0 and 962. So there is a very small minimum amount that I will pay as a fee, but it's a sliding scale. And then the total debt that I will have is 2,210 Grai. If you have a look over here, there's liquidations are enabled, redemptions are disabled. The maximum loan to value is 85%. RETH price is for one RETH is 2,015 US dollars. Liquidation price here is 1,039 US dollars. So if the value of RETH goes below 1,039 US dollars, my position will be liquidated. My 2.5 RETH will be sold, and that will be used to pay back my debt that I have. And that 200 liquidation reserve is set aside just to make sure that I am able to cover gas costs. I guess they'll pay gas costs and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm going to open the vessel. It's going to bring up my MetaMask right here, and that will say set a spending cap. So I will say 2.5 RETH, which is what I want to use. So now I'm doing that. So I need to set that as a transaction. Let me just go with market rate. So this transaction will cost me $1.69 in gas fees. Let's have a look. What is gas right now? Gas is approximately, actually let's just go to ultrasound money. So gas right now is 18 Grai, which is really, really cheap. So we are going to go back to MetaMask and say, yeah, I'll have to do that again. 2.5 and go to next. So I will go to just the market rate and then 154. Okay, so now my wallet is trying to link with my hardware wallet, so I need to unlock that. Okay, so now that is ready. So I'm linking my MetaMask, the approval transaction that I just did. It's going to bring it up right here. So I approve the transaction, accept and send. So now it's saying that the transaction has been sent, and soon I'll get a confirmation that my RETH has been approved for usage on Gravita, and then I'll have to do a second transaction to say that I have completed it. So we can actually have a look at it on MetaMask right here. Okay, and then this bringing up, this is what's going to cost me now to do the transaction itself. It's going to actually, let me change that to market rate. Yeah, it's going to cost me about $23 to actually get the loan in gas fees. So I'm confirming that. And let me connect my hardware wallet again. Okay, so review the transaction. It's all good. Accept it and sent. Now let's have a look what we have here. So I'm just waiting for the transaction to go through now. And it says success, vessel has been opened. So now I have taken a loan against my RETH using Gravita. And I now have, wait, I'm not sure what's actually happened. Okay, so vessel, let me just refresh this page and see if anything happens. yeah, there we go. So this is my available to borrow. That's my that's my Grai that's available to borrow now, and then I can have the liquidation amount right here of $1,039, and yeah, that's it. So I borrowed it. So this is the Grai that I have. I've got 2,052 Grai available to me now. So now what can you do with this Grai, right? Okay, so we're going to take a step back now and talk about a little bit about what you can actually do with your Grai. So the Grai is basically just a US dollar stablecoin. You can use this now to do like real world actions with this. So what can you do? You can, for example, swap the money to USDC and withdraw it to your bank account and use it to, go on vacation for 2,000 Grai. You can use that to go on vacation. It's interest free, so it doesn't matter if you have that for 6 months or 10 years. You can repay that loan over that period of time without accruing any interest at all. The only risk, of course, is if our ETH goes below this USD price right here of $1,039, you could get stuck. So definitely be aware of that. What else can you do with Grai? Because it's a new protocol, a lot of people are thinking that you can use it for airdrop hunting. You can use Gravita to kind of look for airdrops of their governance token that has kind of been mentioned about, but we don't really have much details about. So it seems like some people will be doing that as well. Now, how can you maximize your chances of getting the airdrop? There's a couple of things that you can do. First of all, there's this thing here called the stability pool. Now, let me give you some details about what the stability pool is. Grava's stability pool is a way of keeping the peg when there's liquidations happening. So right now, I don't think there've been many or any liquidations for Gravita, because since the launch of the protocol, the value of our ETH hasn't gone down by 15%. However, if the price starts moving and there's people who haven't been able to cover their loan positions or anything like that, they would get liquidated. Now, what happens is this stability pool acts as a kind of buffer to buy their assets at a discount, basically at 15% discount, and you can use that then to get discounted our ETH or WST ETH or wrapped ETH or even the BULUSD as well. So the bonds that come from liquidity. Now, what I've done here is I've put 1,000 Grai as the amount that I would want to deposit into the stability pool. You can read about the liquidation bonus here, which is 10% to 15%. This is the range of discounts across all liquidated collateral. So as collateral starts getting liquidated, you will then be buying it. That buy will be socialized across all the people in the stability pool. Right now, there's 6.26 million Grai locked in the stability pool. So that is that's looking pretty good there. So they've got a real good amount of depth there to cover any liquidations and to make sure that the Grai token keeps a peg of 1 Grai to $1. So then I'm going to press deposit now, and then it's going to bring up my wallet again right here. Okay, and that's going to cost me $8 basically. Let me just change that to market rate of gas. I'm going to confirm it, and then I need to do the transaction in my wallet right here. Okay, so I have accepted that transaction on my hardware wallet, and now it's going through. As you can see, gas is quite low, of course, so the price is really good. As gas gets more expensive, then all these transactions can add up to quite a lot. So right now, as you can see, it's processing, it's still waiting to go through, and there it's gone through. So it says I've successfully deposited Grai into the deposit pool. So that's 1,000 Grai now that I've taken as a loan is now in the deposit pool, waiting to protect Grai and Gravita against liquidations that start happening, and make sure that the Grai token keeps its peg with the USD. Now, what else can you do with your Grai? Well, here is something called Maverick, which is a liquidity position DApp, and with this DApp you can provide liquidity across different pairs, and sometimes they are incentivized, sometimes they're not incentivized. So I'm going to connect my wallet here that I've been interacting with through MetaMask. Now it's connected, and what I want to do is go here to this boosted positions page, and when I'm here I will search for Grai. Okay, so there's Grai LUSD pair. It's the number 11 rank on this. The APR here is 4.62%, and then the TVL at the moment is $129,000. The total volume that is done is $159,000, and there's a boost on the rewards that you get. So you can see here that you're getting fees in Grai, and you are getting LUSD, but you're also getting the incentives as well per day. So there's some rewards that are coming in from there. So I want to go to this pool right here, and then I want to deposit liquidity. Transaction deadline 30 minutes. Wait, why is this? Oh yes, okay. So I need to put my max amount. This is because of slippage. You could not add more than 909 Grai. Or I need to change my slippage settings. So I want to change my slipping settings to 1%. Right, and now I can change my the amount that I can add here. So I can do 990. I can change my slippage to 0 if I feel like that I don't care about the price right here, or if I don't think anyone else is going to be depositing the same transaction that I am. But let's just keep it safe and go to 990. So I don't need to add LUSD, so I can just provide single-sided liquidity. And then here it says add liquidity and stake. So I will press add liquidity. So I need to approve Grai, I need to approve LUSD, I need to confirm, and I need to complete. So there's going to be 3 transactions that I'll have to do, but I'm just adding Grai 990 and no LUSD. So it might just skip that second step because I don't need to do that. So let's have a look. So approve Grai. Okay, well, let me do it. It says you are trying to use the app in a restricted region. So I can't actually provide liquidity here. What I can do actually is show you the Uniswap position that they have as well. Let me see if I can find that. Give me 1 second. I can try to find it here. Right, okay, so let's go to Uniswap, and we will launch the app. And is that the right one that I'm connected with? Yep, that's the right wallet that I'm connected with. So then what I want to do is go here to pools and go to new position and select pair. So here I want to choose Grai. Let me actually just find the address for the actual pool. Yeah, so I didn't realize that the Mav one was region locked. I guess they don't like people in the USA, so that's a shame. Let me see what else I can do here. I need to find the link to the... Actually, I think there's a better place. I'm sorry about this. Okay, so here I have a link to the Curve pool. I don't think this is... yeah, so there's Grai with Frax and USDC Curve pool. It's a tri-pool that is set up. I don't think it is incentivized. Yeah, so the daily VAPY is 14%, 0.14%, sorry, and the weekly is 0.056%. The volume is quite low, $6,500. But I'm just going to show you how to connect with this. So I'll connect my wallet. I'm going to connect with MetaMask. That is the wrong wallet that I'm connected to. That's not what I want to do. So let me change that. Okay. Okay, that's being annoying. Okay, that's connected now. So let me bring it back here. Okay, so now I'm connected to the wallet. So what I'm going to say is I have 1000 Grai. First, I'm going to approve spending, which will be a transaction right here. So I'm going to approve the max amount. And I need to sign in with my, let's just go to market rate here. So that's $1.80 to do that. But I need to sign with my hardware wallet. So I just need to sign in with it. Okay, so now I can sign the transaction as it comes up. Right, okay, so that side is done. And the next thing I need to do then is, let me see if that is being successful. So approved spending, it's still doing it yet. It's not done it yet. Let's have a look. So yeah, this is the Grai with the Frax's stablecoin and USDC. Okay, so now that is my spending has been approved. So now the next step is depositing my Grai into the Curve pool right here. So I'm only going one way, so I'm just going to deposit my Grai, and high slippage deposit will have, yeah, because what I'm doing is I'm only putting Grai in alone. Over here the pool is heavily skewed towards Grai, so I will kind of be losing out a little bit by just putting in Grai. The better thing to do with this pool, actually, if you want to play the pool, is go in with USDC, because it's the most underrepresented currency in this pool. So you get actually a little bit of a boost by doing that. But that's okay. I'll take that slippage just to show you all what it's going to look like. So I'm going to deposit anyway, and then I am going to now confirm the transaction. It's going to cost about $10 it's going to cost about $10, and then I'm just going to confirm that on my hardware wallet. Okay, so now I accepted that, so it should take 30 seconds at most, maybe 12 seconds basically, to get through, and then I will have a position on this Curve pool. Let's have a look. I'm just waiting for it to come through. So yep, there we go. So it's been approved. Now I can withdraw in different amounts. I can, if I take amounts in Grai and Frax and USDC, I can get 997 back. That's because of that little bit of slippage that I factored into it, but that's my position now. So as I can leave this in here, it will start to accrue some rewards for me, and I can withdraw those and use that. So that now has completed some of the stuff that I can do on chain with my Grai tokens. The first thing I did was I deposited my RETH into Gravita. RETH, of course, is, I think, 4 to 6% rewards per year. So that token will keep earning rewards, even though my loan is $2,000. With 1,000 of those dollars, I put 1,000 into the stability pool to help protect against liquidations, and with the other $1,000, I tried to put it into this boosted Maverick pool, which was going to offer me 4% yield on my $2,000. So $1,000 that I was going to deposit. However, I wasn't able to do that because I'm region restricted in the US. There's going to be other pools that will be coming up that are incentivized as well. So keep an eye on those. But there's a Uniswap pool with USDC. There's this Curve pool here. That's a Tri pool that you can use as well. So, these different places you can add liquidity using your Grai. And then once you have that liquidity in place, you can start earning some rewards on that as well. And of course, if it's a boosted one, then you'll be getting rewards on top of your RETH rewards. And then it's just a matter of unwinding these positions and paying back your loan. So it's quite straightforward, and then you get your RETH back. So this is all the different things that you can do with the Gravita token. Of course, this is risky. Gravita is not a proven software. It's not battle tested. It's still got some limitations, of course, and it's really wise to keep that in mind. But if you are curious about it, if you want to interact with it, then this is how you can do that. You can use your RETH to mint Grai. You can, of course, use that in the real world. You can pay for a vacation, you can buy a car, you can buy a house, all of that good stuff at 0% interest forever. As long as you don't get liquidated, you can pay back whenever you want and get your crypto back. Of course, if you want to stay on chain and if you want to do different things, maybe to get an airdrop, or maybe just because you want to get boosted yields on your tokens, you can also then go to then you can deposit in the stability pool, and you can also add liquidity if you want as well. So in this video, I showed you how to do some of those things. If there is an airdrop, then this is the kind of thing that would make you eligible for that in the coming months, I think. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along on this journey for the first takeoff into DeFi, and you'll be seeing many more of these videos coming in the coming months. Anytime there's any kind of big partnership or protocol launch that is heavily integrating RETH or RPL, I'll try to cover those protocols and do a step-by-step walkthrough for you all to follow along and maybe see what's going on. So thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next rocket fuel. Bye.